Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your very first time here, then hello, welcome to my channel. I hope you subscribe so that way you can stick around to watch some more of my content. So today's video is going to be a mix of drugstore and high-end makeup. Some of these products, or most of these products actually, are products that I've used in first impressions, like trying new makeup from Sephora, trying new makeup from Ulta. So now that I've used them for a bit, I'll be able to give you more of a review style while I'm applying it, you know, a little bit more fun like that. So you can see it and I can tell you how I've used it, what worked out better, how long it lasted, how it looked throughout the day, all that stuff. So like kind of an update. And then the only brand new thing that I have is a palette from WhatsUpBeauty. They did send this in PR and I think it's such a beautiful palette, but I have not swatched it or anything. So I don't know what look I'm gonna do on my eyes yet, but I just wanted to use it today because I think it looks so pretty. So there's this that's brand new, and then also some eyeshadow brushes that I'm gonna try out. It's also from the same company. I feel like this is gonna be one of those long videos. I'm just gonna be putting on a bunch of makeup and talking about it. So it's just one of those fun, detailed type of videos. So this one is the Tapered Blending. And I'll have the names of each of these in the description box below in case you like one of them or interested in a certain style. So this is how they look. I was opening it on the wrong side, but it actually has this little thing, which I think is pretty cute. Usually brushes just come in like a plastic container or something like that, but this is really nice. But this one, like I said, is the Tapered Blending brush, and these are all goat hair brushes. Ooh, this looks really nice. It actually reminds me a little bit of the MAC brushes, or like some of the MAC brushes that I have, but yeah, it seems really soft and the handle's pretty. It says WhatsUpBeauty. This next one is flat shader brush, and ooh, these just come out really nice. Like they're packaged really well. This one is a pencil brush, perfect for the lower lash line or when you want to get really detailed on the cut crease or something like that. So this one is a pencil brush. Three more. This one, Crease Blending brush. Oh yeah, this one is a really good size, I feel like, for my eye size. But this one does say Crease Blending brush. And then this one is the Fluffy Blending. And the last one is just a regular blending brush. I actually just washed all of my brushes yesterday, so I'm excited to also use mine today. This one, yeah, this one's just called blending brush. So it's this one right here. These are all the brushes right here, different sizes. The company also has a nail polish line. So they did send some nail polishes that match the palette, which I thought that's really cute. But I want to show you the palette one more time before I mess it all up, because it's really pretty. I washed all of them, my eye brushes, my face brushes, just I even cleaned my room yesterday. I rearranged everything and I was just going crazy trying to kind of find a better way of filming, because I was kind of not liking that desk in my background. It just kind of looked a little too messy, and now it looks a little bit brighter. Like I said, all of the products that I have today are pretty much things that I've used in previous videos. So I'll give you like an update on these products. The first one is this one by NYX. This is the Thick It Stick It eyebrow product, or eyebrow mascara. And this one's actually really strong. Like it has a very strong hold. So if you're looking for an eyebrow product that really brushes your eyebrows and lets it stick there, I do recommend this one. Plus it's by NYX, so it's not going to be like super expensive or anything like that. The only problem that I have with it is that it leaves the brow product on your skin, you know? So I would say do your eyebrows first and then apply your foundation and clean it up. Another thing that I do like is that it has little fibers in it, so it really makes your eyebrows look a lot thicker. And I haven't tried a product that does both of those things, so I really like this one for that reason. And what I like to do after this is use a clean spoolie and fix them up how I want them to be, like how I want them to stay. This can kind of make it, you know, a little bit more work for your brows, but if you don't mind taking your time and you like the product itself, it's a good product. Like it's worth it. My clothes is ready. I don't know if you heard my washer. And then to clean them up, I'm going to use my concealer. This one is the KVD Beauty Concealer, and I have this one in the color medium 129. And I'm just going to use this one to clean up my eyebrows down here. And I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelid too. And it is such a full coverage concealer. Look at how it covered up all my veins and stuff compared to this eye. For primer today, I'm going to use two primers. This one is the ColourPop No Filter. I have been using this one non-stop since I got it. I already have a bunch used up. That's how much I've been using it. That's how much I've been using it because it feels like a moisturizer. And if you're not new to my channel, you've heard me say this a lot of times. I have dry skin, so I'm always looking for a primer that I can use and that'll work really good with my skin type. And this one just feels like a moisturizer. Like it's not hard, it's not easy to spread. I mean, not hard to spread out. And it just worked out so good. Okay, I forgot. I'm not gonna use two primers today because this one does pore filling too. And I was gonna use a different one, the Marshmallow by NYX. That one's actually new, or have I used it? I think I used it for a video, but this one does both. I forgot. And this next product is the Pacifica Dream Lit Glow, and this one is an eyeshadow under eye brightener, and it is a white product. I used this before in a video and I haven't used it in a while, so I wanted to use it today. I actually don't have an update, and I really haven't been able to see a huge difference or anything. So I just want to continue to use it and then I'll let you know about it. But yeah, it's a pretty new product. Like I said, it's by Pacifica. For foundation, I'm going to use this new one by NARS. This one's the Light Reflecting Foundation. I used it in another video. I've used it since and I really like how it looks on my skin. It's a very lightweight foundation. It doesn't completely cover up all my redness or anything like that. But like I said, I like it because it just looks like my skin is kind of healthy. You know, it gives it like a skin-like healthy glow. So I do need a few pumps of this because I feel like the pumps are just very tiny. And it does get soaked up a lot with the Beauty Blender. I do like it with the brush too, but today I just wanted to use it with my Beauty Blender. But just know that this one will get sucked up into your Beauty Blender. So you see how pretty it looks? You can still see some of the redness on my face, and the match is just perfect. By the way, I have it in the color M1 and it is a really good match for me. So you see around my nose, it's a little red, and I'll show you how it looks right now. It covers it up a little bit, but not too much to where it's, you know, where you can't see my skin underneath. It looks really pretty and it's very thin. Like I said, you can still see I broke out on my eyebrow right here from waxing, but you can still see the pimples. Like they still look a little bit red. They don't completely cover it up. I also have this little pimple right there and you can still see it. So it's nothing crazy to where it covers up all your imperfections or anything like that. It looks glowy, it looks lightweight, it doesn't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup. And I will say my skin does look a little bit more glowy as time goes on, but nothing too crazy to where I look super oily or anything. It still looks skin-like. I still like the finish of it. It like wears nicely throughout the day. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna use two concealers today. I want to talk about both because I really loved both of them. This one I actually never showed it in a video. It's because I filmed a Valentine's drugstore makeup tutorial. One of you guys requested that after I put my Valentine's tutorial up, and that was just like Sephora makeup, and one of you requested me to do a drugstore one, and I told you yes that I would, and I couldn't get that video up. But I wasn't able to get that video up on time. It was gonna be like 2 days after Valentine's, and I was just like, I'm just gonna throw it away. Like it's just not even worth posting. You know, it's a Valentine's Day tutorial, so I ended up not posting it. But it was all the drugstore makeup, and I used this one in there. Oh my god, this one and the powder, you're gonna see how pretty they look. So I'll give you an update on that. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and use this concealer again. This one, like I said, is the Kat Von D one. And I'm pretty sure one of you asked me how it wore throughout the day. Wears so good. But this is how this one looks. It is a really full coverage concealer. It's lightweight and it wears so good throughout the day. It's a really nice lightweight type of concealer. So I'm not gonna apply any more than that, but it's almost like the exact same match as my foundation. So let me just apply this here, blend it out. You don't need a lot. A little bit will cover up underneath your eyes. And since it's such a close shade to my foundation, that's why I want to apply the other one because it looks a little brighter. So this next one, even though if you try it on its own, it is a good coverage concealer, but it's not full coverage or anything. And it has this sponge applicator. It does get pretty messy. I don't know if I squeezed too much and that's why it got messy, but it gets kind of messy when I open it and close it and stuff. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit here. I feel like I need a little bit more brightness, like just some contrast on the areas that I like to brighten up a little bit. And the Kat Von D one, since it's so close to my skin tone shade, it just doesn't give me that brightening effect that I want. But this one blends out so easily. The formula is good. Like I said, it's not full coverage. It's more of a medium buildable coverage. It's so lightweight. It blends out easily with the sponge, with the brush, and it looks so good throughout the day. I'm gonna show you right now how it looks, and it just gives you like a really pretty blurring effect. This one says that it is a 5-in-1 concealer. Erase, perfect, brighten, hydrate, refresh. I mean, it's everything in one little bottle. So you have to try it out if you're looking for a new foundation, a concealer to try. So you see, it just gave me a little bit more of a brightening effect, and not too much because I don't go crazy with how light it is, but it just a little bit more brightness than the KVD one. I was gonna say the Kat Von D one. I can't get that out of my head. Moving on to bronzer, I'm gonna use this Bionic bronzer by Milk Makeup. This one's in the color Time Travel, and this one is a really glowy bronzer, and it's not one of those glowiness as in shimmer, but glowy as in kind of oily looking, but not in a bad way, at least not to me. You know the bronzers that you use if you want to get a tan and you go to the beach and you apply one of those bronzer type lotions? That's what this kind of reminds me of. Of course, it's not permanent, it's not gonna stain your face, but that's what this reminds me of, only because it's a little bit oily, so it gives you kind of that look to your skin. I don't know how to explain, but hopefully you see what I mean. So you see how it's very glowy, but not in a shimmery way. It's more of like an oily type of way. It's a really pretty color too. It blends out really easily with the, I like it better with the brush, but I mean, it does a really good job with the Beauty Blender and the brush. So yesterday I spent the day completely cleaning up this room and trying to find a cuter background like setup. So hopefully it looks good. Like it looks a little cleaner, a little neater. For some reason, whenever I touch it like this and you go like this, it kind of feels oily in a way, but it doesn't move around. Like throughout the day, I don't see it like, oh, my bronzer is down here now. Like it doesn't move. It just gives me, it just reminds me of like one of those tanning lotions. Same for blush. I'm gonna use this one by Physicians Formula, and this one is in the color Gorgeous Peach. This one I've had it for a few months now, so it's not new at all, but look at this pump. It's like a bunch of products, so you don't need that much, but I am gonna blend it out again with a brush. You only need a little bit. This one's also very glowy, similar formula to the bronzer. So you see how glossy these products are? Like, what is going on? They're so different from a cream blush or a cream bronzer. They're just a lot glowier. And for this one, I'm gonna blend it out with my Beauty Blender a little bit, because trust me, you don't need a lot of this blush. It is super glossy and glowy. Super glowy. Okay, so for powder, I'm gonna use this one by Milani. This one I also used it in the Valentine's Day tutorial that I told you I trashed, because I mean, I kind of liked the video, but at the same time it was like, it's too late, like it's way past Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? Anyways, I did use this powder in that video. It looks so good and so blurring. If you're looking for a new powder, a new setting powder, your new go-to, I think you're gonna really like this one. It does have one of those locks that you can close, but I really don't care to like close the powder and lock it up, but you can see the product there. And I'm just gonna set my entire face with this. So I'm gonna just apply it here. You don't need a bunch of product or anything. Look at how soft that looks. Look at how soft that looks. I want you to see it. I mean, you saw how glowy it was, just like it is on this side, and now it's just smooth and soft, and it looks so good underneath the eyes. So I want to set one side of my face so you can see everything. I just set this half of my makeup, this half side of my makeup, and I just wanted to show you half of it so you can see the difference between it. So it does look very like a natural finish. It's so soft on the skin. It's lightweight. This side, it still looks super dewy, but I wanted you to really see the under eyes so you can see the difference. Like, it's not completely matte. It still gives me that natural finish to the skin, but I did want to show you the difference. So you can see super glowy on this side, and it kind of mattified it, but you still see some glow to the skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the other side. I told you I washed my brushes yesterday and some of them are still a tiny bit wet. I think these are pretty good though. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the bronzer. This one is the Ulta Beauty bronzer in the color light to medium. It's a very, very light bronzer though. I would not think it's anything close to a medium. This one is called Faux Glow Matte Bronzer. And I'm just gonna use this one to apply it on top of the bronzer that I already have. It's a regular bronzer though, nothing special to it, nothing like wow, you know, like oh it looks super glowy or super bronzy or anything like that. So if you're looking for a nice matte bronzer, then you might like this one. It's just regular pretty much. So I'm going to add the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer on top of this, which is just a little bit more glowy. As soon as I open this, it's like I know it's the butter bronzer. And then lastly, for blush, I'm gonna use this one. I've used this palette already a few times. This one is the e.l.f. Light Blush Palette, and it has 4 shades in here. I'm gonna use the more orangey one today. And I really love this palette. It just gives you a variety of shades. You have some options in it. And it's a really nice, affordable palette. I mean, you have variety, you know, if you have different makeup looks, you can choose which blush would look better. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use most of these brushes so I could get a feel for them. I really want to see how they feel on my eyes and how they blend out and everything. I'm gonna start kind of slow or kind of light. And I'm gonna start off with this shade right there in the corner. And I'm gonna use the R102 brush. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one right here. Okay, so I feel like this one is just a tiny bit too tapered to blend out this eyeshadow right here in the crease. Let me see. Let me use this big one. Let me use the R103. Wow, this eyeshadow is really intense. I thought it was gonna be a little bit lighter, but wow, that is showing up. It looks really good. It is a cool tone brown. Okay, so I'm gonna take the big fluffy blending brush. This one's R104, and just use that one right on top to help me blend that out. These brushes do feel really soft, but because they're tapered, I think it's just not working out on my eye shape to blend out this. Oh, what is actually blending it out? I intensify it a little bit more. And they feel really soft. Like it's not poking at my eyes or anything. The next shade I'm gonna use is this warm brown one right there. Well, it's not really that warm. It's kind of just like a neutral brown. And I'm gonna keep this one mainly on the outer corner of the eye. Since they're not round on the edge of the brushes, it's not letting me blend that in a little better. I feel like depending on what you're doing, I mean, depending on what you're working on, like what eye shape you're doing or what style of makeup look you're doing, you're gonna need a different brush for that. So for me, I feel like I need something more round to blend this out. If it's too tapered, then it's not gonna really blend out as easily as something round for my eyes. This one is just one of my brushes, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH33. So yeah, for my eye shape, I did need something just a little bit more round. So this one is a really pretty pink one, that pretty purple, and then this one's kind of like a mix between those two. So I'm gonna swatch those three just so we can look at the colors together, but look how pretty they are. So this one's the dusty pink one. Look at how beautiful that is. Wow. This is the purple one. Such a pretty like lilac shimmer. And then lastly, the mix. It's almost like a mix of like pink and purple on the bottom. I'm actually gonna swatch the other shimmers in here because they look really pretty. So Glow, Downpour, which is that beautiful blue, Sun, the yellow one, and that green one called Cactus. Oh, these are so nice. Like the shades, they just look so pretty. They're like pretty tones. Look at that. Glow, that's the lightest one in the palette. This is the blue one. Let me make these a little bit bigger. And then this one is the yellow one. Ooh, look at that. And then lastly, the green one. So these are all really beautiful shimmer shades. They're like super glowy. I think I'm gonna use that one all over the eyelid. And I'm gonna take this color and I'm going to spray it with my MAC Prep and Prime. Just grab a tiny bit more. And I'm going to apply this shade on the eyelid. Ooh, wow, look at how glowy that is. I mean, I did spray it, but because I always usually spray my shimmers, it's getting a little bit messy over here. But look at how pretty this looks. Wow. This is super, super glowy. And it gives you like that pretty shimmery, wet, flat look. I always describe shades like either flat shimmers or not, because sometimes some shimmer shades are like very rough, or they look really rough, or they're just kind of like, they don't give you that flatness effect. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean. Yeah, just some shimmer eyeshadows are just more like glittery shimmer or like small little shimmers. This one, it gives you more of like that wet look. Actually, I'm going to use Desert Rose on the outer part. I think that would look really pretty. So let me apply that one on top or right next to it. So let me apply this one without wetting my brush again, just to see the shade. Oh yeah, it still looks really, really nice. I mean, I didn't wet my brush again. It might have been a little bit wet, but it wasn't resprayed on top of the eyeshadow. So let me wet it this time. So now it is wet. Okay, so it's a little bit more intense, but even without wetting it, that was really, really glowy. Wow, look at how nice those two just blended into each other. That really does look really pretty. And then I'm going to take the dark brown. It is getting a little messy, like the shimmers are a little messy. I'm just gonna apply this one on the outer corner, blend it into that shimmer. So I did get some fallout from the shimmer shade, the pink one. Take that off. So that kind of did stay stuck there, but I did my face first, so it's okay. Let me reapply it on the outer corner and just deepen up the outer corner. So, I mean, they do give you fallout. I would actually do my eyes next time if I'm gonna use these shimmers, just because I did get fallout, but it's so worth how pretty they look on the eyelid. I also want to apply eyeliner today, so I'm gonna use the NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner. Okay, so the falsies that I used are these by Eyeliner, and these are the Wild and Wispy. It says full and wispy. They're in the style Savage. This is how the box look. The box looks, they actually came out pretty good because I had no hope. I got mascara all underneath the eye, but I had no hope for them because lately my eyelashes have not been looking great. Waiting on this mascara to dry because I closed my eye in the middle of putting mascara on the top lashes. But I'm gonna finish off the under eyes, and just look at how pretty the top looks. It looks so shimmery. I was gonna say shimmery and glowy, but it does look really, really glimmery. We have a new word. Use these same two shades that I applied on top. So first the light brown, and then with my flat brush, the dark brown. I'm gonna use a brown waterline pencil. This one's from Benefit. This one is called Deep Brown. And on the lower lashes, I'm gonna use the same mascara I applied on top, which is the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad. And this one makes your eyelashes super, super dark. Like super dark and real quick. So if you overdo it, I feel like it can clump up your lashes. I've used them on my top lashes too, and it makes them look really long. Like maybe not so much long, but really full. Like if I had real natural lashes, which I don't, not on top. I feel like I have more on the bottom than I do on top. And then on the inner corner, I feel like it needs a little bit of glow, so I am going to use Glow from the palette, and I'm going to wet it. I just want a little bit more of a glow on the inner corner. Wow, look at how pretty that looks. I'm actually gonna use this one right here. Oh, kind of like highlight. Yeah, that looks pretty. I know it's not a highlighter, but it looks just as pretty as a highlighter. Even more glowy. It's a little flaky, so you do have to kind of be careful because it gives some big flakes, some little flakes. But when you wet it, it just melts them together. But if it's dry, right now I'm just applying it dry, it's just kind of shimmery, like really flaky. For lipstick, I'm gonna use the combination I have been using lately a lot. This one is the Milani lip liner, the NYX lip lingerie, and the Too Faced melted lipstick. Hey guys, so let me know what you think of the products, of the eye look. There are some products in here that I think are a must to try. One of the first things is the eyebrow products. If you haven't used one, if you're looking for one that makes your eyelashes look full and stay, try the NYX one. The only thing is that I wish they had one in clear so it wouldn't be so messy, but try it out and let me know what you think if you're looking for that fluffy, more fluffy, natural type of looking brow. I just feel like it makes a big difference in my eyebrows when I use this than when I use the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I like both, different days, different looks, but for sure I like this one whenever I want more of that full filled in look. So this one is a must try for sure. I wanted to start with this one actually, which is the primer. This is the No Filter Primer from ColourPop. For sure is a great one for dry skin. You're gonna love it. It's gonna feel like a moisturizer mixed in with a pore filling primer. So a little bit of both. It does a little bit of both and I just love how it feels on my skin. The other product that is a must try is the Milani translucent powder. I think you'll really like this if you want something that's gonna give you like a set, like it's gonna set your makeup, but it's gonna give you like a glow still, like more of a natural finish. I just feel like I don't look super matte. It doesn't cake up my products underneath it. It just sets it really nicely and looks and wears very nicely throughout the day. So yeah, these are a bunch of good products. So let me know if you try any of these. Let me know what you think about them if you have tried them. And I'm super happy with the eyeshadows too because they look so intense and so glowy. So I can't wait to try out the other colors on my eyes. I mean, the swatches already look super nice and just they give you that wet look, wet shimmery look that's just like nice and flat and glowy. It just looks so pretty. The brushes are great too. They're really soft, but I couldn't use them to create a complete look. My eyes are a lot smaller, so I do need some roundness to it. I don't have like a deep crease to where I can use a bunch of these my bad where I can use a bunch of these like really pointy ones because they don't let me go in enough to where I can blend out the edges with, you know, the shorter edges. So sometimes my eyes just require a little bit more roundness to the brushes, and that's why I have a bunch of brushes to use because different looks on my eyes require different shaped brushes. But anyways, you guys, that is everything for today's video. If you have any drugstore or high-end or any type of makeup recommendations, I'd love to know because I always want to try new makeup. And I hope you enjoyed hearing about these products, even though they're not like super extremely new anymore. I feel like it's kind of good to come back and give you an update on what I thought, you know, how they wore throughout the day, how they look throughout the day, how I've used them in different, you know, just different ways, kind of like more of a review, not so much a first impression. It's always good to come back and see like how they ended up working out for a little bit longer and all the good stuff that you might need to know in case you are interested in any of them. And like I said, that's everything. Thank you for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.